Begin exploring. Welcome to Ecocitizen. Around you is a living ecosystem rich with plants, animals, natural resources. WASD to move. Space to jump. Wow. Okay. So I've been born into this world fully grown and with all of my survival knowledge at my fingertips. Funky? Dar? What do we do?
All right. So I think we should travel a little bit down the river here
Okay.
and start just a little bit ways this way. And then as we do that, we're going to decide what professions we want to go into.
Mhm.
All right.
You were born with the legs of a rabbit.
Yeah, I jump around a lot. How about right here-ish?
Okay.
We can kind of clear out these trees. We're close to some redwoods that we can knock down and get wood pretty quickly. I'm going to go into logging, which will allow me to knock down trees faster, and we'll be able to get some hewn lumber and stuff, and we'll build all that.
Yep.
And then I think you should have there's a tutorial for you, and it will kind of walk you through what you might want to do to start out with. And it's pretty good.
Okay.
So I might recommend doing the tutorial.
So I'm trying to, but it's telling me press space to jump. And I think I've exceeded my space to jump, and it's not clicking it off for me.
If you right click it, you can end that tutorial, or there should be a button if you either right click it or left click it to remove the tutorial completely. Try that.
Sorry, hold on. How do I bring up the cursor? Because my mouse is just my camera.
Hit the tab button.
I see. Okay. F's toggle third person view. Okay. Oh, F5. I see. Do you usually play first or third person?
I will play first person mostly. Depending on what I'm doing, though, I might drop into third person. So it changes based off of whatever I'm doing.
Okay. Exploring. That task is complete. Explore the map. The map will let you see the world around you and the forces that affect upon it. Forces. Okay. Open map. I'm assuming it's M. The world layers. My goodness.
Yeah, that's right. The M button is your map.
Select an item from any category and find where the ice biome is. World layers. Okay, this is just like a world filter then.
Yeah, so one of the cool things about that feature is that you can filter on almost anything. So it's actually really, really strong on the amount of things that you can filter on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a farmer or a gatherer and you wanted to go, or a cook is a good example. If you did campfire cooking, you might want to find where a certain vegetable is, where it grows. You can click on that filter under the plants option and go find it if you wanted to.
Right.
And it has a heat map that kind of tells you where that item's going to be.
I see. Okay. You can see the mark in the world. Click the arrow to bring up options to remove it. Yeah, I have trouble doing this first one. Join the Discord. Has Discord been invented yet? Look for the meteor in the sky. Okay. If I can see it from here.
Oh, yeah. Did you find it?
Hold on.
You might need to jump on my tent.
Hold on. I'm blocked by the beautiful scenery. Is it, it's not the moon, is it? It's not the moon gonna crash into us, right?
No, it's not the moon. It is a beautiful moon tonight, though. It's an actual giant meteor or asteroid that's kind of swimming around, and you don't have to find it. I think it'll come up eventually because it's in orbit, around the planet.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll see it. It'll be like Prince Ozai's thing.
Well, maybe it's not in orbit actually. If it was in orbit, it probably wouldn't hit us, right?
Mm-mm.
It's like kind of in orbit. I don't know. I don't know the science of how the meteor works.
I'm sure it's like going around and around, and it comes closer and closer and closer till it decides it wants to hit us or something.
All right, here's a question: if the meteor ran into cheesier and doughier, wouldn't we just have a pizza?
Who's a hui? Oh, meatier, cheesier. What about saucier?
Oh yeah, I forgot the sauce. Oh my gosh! You know, I used to work for Papa John's like 20 years ago, and we had a guy who would order pizza with no sauce.
You know, that's actually a thing. I think it's called. I think they call it a white pizza when it has no sauce and it's just just cheese on bread.
I thought that was when you had like an Alfredo sauce on it. That was a white pizza.
Was it? I don't know. Something like that. It's pizza minus a something. Drag it to toolbox. Okay. Select starter camp. I mean, you already have a starter camp set up, but
yeah, you can build your own though, and you'll want to do so because it will make it. It'll give you your tools.
let's see. I started camp in a good location. I mean, here's as good as any. Rotate. So I was actually okay, yeah, this looks fine. I was actually torn between either going as the Onceler or going as El Chavo of Del Ocho.
For your name?
Yeah. Well, you know, my name, my character, and everything.
I mean, I'm enjoying the Robin Hood hat. It's you're looking good.
Yeah, this was the closest they had because he had like a bowler hat or something. Collect more resources.
There's drops in Eco now too. That's new as of just a couple weeks ago. So anybody watching you can pick up drops while playing, and I think you unlock them just from watching yourself too.
I see. Well, I do watch myself a bit.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I know, right? Move the stone axe to toolbar. Where's my stone axe?
So if you run into your tent on the left side, you'll see that there's like I don't even know what it is, like a little desk. If you hit E on that, that's using your tent and opening up the storage. And inside is where you'll find
my stone
tools.
Got it. Fill it with wood. Use it to get crap. Okay, well, start chopping, I guess. Call me the chopper. Call me a chopping man.
Yeah. All right, let me see your form here. Yeah, okay, it's looking good.
Now, they usually say chop with two hands.
Yeah, no, you kind of just brute force it with one, you know.
Such clean cuts here.
Oh, it's looking great.
Damn, tree didn't stand a chance.
It was all bark and no bite.
That's a good one. Let's see here. Place logs in camp. Awesome. Logs have been logged. Food panel. The great food panel has been unlocked. Vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. That's interesting. They didn't include sugars. I assume sugars is just vitamins. It should be sugars, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats.
Your sugars is your carbs, basically.
I see.
So later on, there's like mochi and donuts, and it's just pure carbs, basically.
My pie chart has decreased. I'm going to need to get some fiddle heads. Thankfully, I have my map knowledge. Let's check this out. Oh, wait. There's no search bar. Hold on. It's got to be in one of these. I think it's a plant. Plant group. Plant. Fireweed, flax. No, that's not right. Fiddlesticks. What is this called? Fiddleheads.
Yeah, it's like a
Harvested from,
green bushy plant on the ground.
harvested from ferns. I'm trying to use the filter command to get well, it says it comes from ferns, so let's just look for ferns. According to this, ferns are east side. Oh wait, there's no compass. Hold on. I have to eyeball this one.
So it's kind of a compass, actually. If you look in the bottom right, you have a menu.
Right?
Or not a menu, a mini map.
Mhm.
And that always faces true north on the top.
Oh, I
And
see.
your character will kind of have a heading that they're turning, and you'll be able to see it that way.
I see. I see. Usually, I expect the compass to have the cardinal directions at the top. You know, like an FPS.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
These heat maps. There should be ferns around here. Tillum, Trillium. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Have you ever played Viva Pinata, the video game?
I think I did a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Like a long time
Yeah,
ago.
this reminds me of that one Viva Pinata game. You know the one. When they suddenly decide to drop like the greatest video game known to man in Viva Pinata for some reason.
I don't think I know what that is.
Yeah, it's like I think it's called Trouble in Paradise. It's like let me chop this. It's like a farm Viva Pinata game where you go around farming and stuff. I don't know what was it about that game, but that game was so addictive.
You'll find this one is too. It's pretty wild, and I think the best part about it is just the interactions where you're talking and messing with other folks and stuff.
Yeah. Where's Let me check somewhere else. This heat map says that there's a bunch of ferns here. I don't see any. Let me check somewhere else. Cedarwood. No, that's not what I'm looking for. This looks like it. There we go. Fiddleheads. Okay. Bolete mushrooms. Now, I know a little bit about mycology, so I'm familiar with the mushroom varieties. Never heard of this bolete, but it seems interesting.
If it's a red mushroom, it's bad for you.
I see. That isn't always the case, actually, but it's interesting because from a game perspective, I could see why they would make it like that.
Red means dead. You know what I'm saying?
Red means dead or Ted. Okay, this is a mushroom. Okay. Okay, little bit of a gripe, but they put the mushrooms in the plant category, even though mushrooms are not plants. Mushrooms are fungi.
It's true. It's true. They're not a plant. They're a complete separate phylum, right?
They're actually separate kingdom. Whole kingdom, yeah. They're actually a lot closer to animals than they are to plants. Like if you've ever eaten a mushroom, many mushrooms taste a lot more like animals than they do to plants, and that's because they're missing the the chloroplast and the cell wall, which gives plants that very planty taste, right?
Every single thing you can think of, I've eaten.
Oh wow. What about
yeah, all the things.
What about love or like math?
Oh yeah, I eat love all the
That's okay. That I've never tried before. You're gonna have to walk me through it, through the taste of love.
Yeah, so just take a little bit of sugar, put it on top of some chocolate, burn it, like singe it just a little bit, because love sometimes hurts, right? You got to get a little bit of that char.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. I didn't burn it enough.
Yeah, just take a big old bite.
Now I'm curious where these mushrooms are found. According to my heat map, they're over here. But I'm curious, see how. Oh, here they are. Yeah. This is actually pretty accurate, finding mushrooms in the shade like this. A lot of mushrooms cannot withstand the radiation of the sun because they lack the cell wall, like I said before. So they like it in the shade. Or maybe I just got lucky and it just happens to be shady where they grow.
That's true. And they like moistness.
Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit of the moistness.
Delicious. They also like my fridge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's, like, that happens. You know, people have mushrooms growing on their fridges because of the little darkness and the moistness. I like just going around finding where stuff is. You know, exploration type games, they call them. Nope, totally past that. Huckleberries. Okay. I think that is all of my major food groups. I'll start with the food in your toolbar to examine its nutritional value. Very nutritious. Each food containing carbohydrates. Well, honestly, a lot of things contain carbohydrates. Like milk has carbohydrates. But I assume, like, they mean something specifically carbohydrate rich.
Yeah, basically, if you mouse over the item itself, it's going to tell you what something is trending toward. It tends to be that usually something is heavy in vitamins and carbs early game, or heavy in protein and fat. Like it's going to be like charred sausage or charred steak versus a basic salad or a campfire salad or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And mousing over it will tell you the specific nutritional requirements that it's going to inject into you. And then if you look, there's like it looks like a piece of bread icon that should have appeared for you. Maybe it hasn't yet.
Oh, I see it. 16.6.
Yeah, so I'll explain what the XP is here in a second. But if you mouse over it, it tells you what's in your stomach, basically.
I see. Wish I knew what was
Like
in
what
my
you
stomach
consumed.
right now. That'd be so helpful.
I know. It'd be nice if you could just like pull up a UI of yourself.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking of a more traditional method, just like peek in the belly button and there's like, you know, a little hole or something.
I think that'd look really disgusting. Like between you and I think that'd be absolutely nasty.
I mean, yeah, but like, you know, if everyone could peek in their belly button and see like what was in their stomach, you know, it'd be pretty normalized.
Okay, that's fair. I see what you're saying here. It's a normalized practice because you have that ability to do so.
Yeah, of course. Labor cost energy. Okay. Work orders can be used nearby tables to storage to fill work orders. Okay. This seems a little complicated. I'm sure it'll walk me through it. Orders. Okay. Open my tent. Can we see our tent on the map?
So yes, you should be able to see it on the map. It'll say campsite.
Hold on.
If you just hit the M button, you'll also see like it'll be called your homestead, and it will have like a little certificate.
I see where you are, Funky. I see a big square right next to you. Is that the camp?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you start heading towards me, your campsite is just like 5 paces away, basically.
I see. But assuming I get lost, how would I know where? Do I just got to remember the landmarks?
So the first thing you'll notice is that the further away you get, actually even just now, if you're off screen, so if I'm looking at your tent and not mine, I'll see on my HUD to my left or to my right, it'll say campsite and how many meters away, and that's my campsite, right? Mm-hmm. So it will always kind of tell me where it's at. If you're really far away, it'll still appear on your HUD somewhere so that you can run back to it if you need to. The other thing that you can do is just hit your map button and you'll be able to find it that way. And yours will just say campsite at your location.
See, mine doesn't say anything. It just looks like a square, but I know.
Turn away from it real quick and look at mine. See if that helps. Now, do you see behind, like kind of on the right or the left side, does it say campsite?
On my map? No, it still doesn't say anything. But
just on your HUD in general, try that.
But you know what? I could just remember the coordinates. We're at center 105,676.
Oh, you know what? I know what's going on. It's not showing it to you yet, I think, because you're not through the tutorial.
Ah, that makes sense.
And what they do is they hide a bunch of UI elements. I don't know why they do that, but they do.
I see. Probably not to overwhelm the player. There's a bunch of things they got to look at.
So once you finish that tutorial, you should be able to see what I'm talking about there.
Find the workbench tertiary and click order. Okay, let's make a workbench. Order 1 workbench, please. Work. When finished crafting, retrieve the workbench from the storage area. Okay. Only a 30-second workbench. That's fast. And it is finished. My food away. Take the claim tool from your tent.
Thundering here again. If I go offline, I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries. I got you. Ah, yes. The claim tool. Claim some land by right-clicking nearby plots. Okay. Claim. Plot is already. Okay, claim this one. Need to strip your logs of bark at your workbench. Place on your workbench. Rotate. Open the workbench and find Hue logs recipes. Click order. Oh, I can read it. Time is the enemy here, as it seems. You're always working against time. When complete, pick up the Hue logs from the storage tab. Yeah, I can access my storage from here as well. What's this? Share your property. Open your tent. Click the authorize tab, okay? Authorization tab. Authorization. Use. Authorization. Open the deed by clicking the property name. Okay. There, let's add funky to that. Okay, how to build. Many crafting stations in Eco require enclosed rooms to work. The hammer can shape the material into any forms. Any forms. Windows, mats, floors, stairs. What forms can be built one at a time or multiple? Okay. In order to be considered a room, a few rooms must be followed. No holes in the roof. At least 4 fuel logs in hand if needed. Oh, we gotta make more then. Hold on. Add a tool for this. The hammer start building a house from logs you process. Or did I leave my hammer? Point fill? Basic? Sure, basic. I have the hammer. Oh, Here's a square. Oh, I need more fuel logs. I want 4 of those bad boys. Let's go. What's with this bar? Resource progress? We not have enough resources? I've been completely drained of all of my fuel logs. Perfect. Okay. I think they said it's in the hammer. No, it's in the storage area. Let's put away the claim tool. The hammer. I have to make the hammer. Place down all the logs somewhere on land you own to form the beginning frame of your room. Okay. All this foliage is in the way. Okay, we're gonna build this house. What's next? Fully enclose a room. Must be land you own. Okay. I'll just keep building fuel logs then. Work. It's time to think about existentialism, you know? One doesn't existence. Yeah, it's like
That's pretty deep thought for chop. Are you doing it while chopping your trees? You're just like thinking about life.
yeah, honestly, anytime anytime there's work. This happens a lot during Deep Rock Galactic, honestly. Think about as existentialism, things like that. Oh, I'm missing wood. Gotta get some more. Oh, wait, almost got distracted there. Yeah. So, who was it again that said, I think, therefore I am? Is that Voltaire?
Wasn't that Descartes?
Descartes. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. Yeah.
And never put Descartes before the horse.
Or, yeah, you don't want to put Descartes before the horse.
I think there's actually a full joke with that punchline, and I messed it up.
My hammer.
Yeah, a horse walks into a bar. The bartender asks the horse if it's an alcoholic, considering all the bar that it frequents. To which the horse replies, "I think not." And then poof, the horse disappears.
Ah, that's a good one. No, these are hardwood. I need softwood.
I could explain why that joke makes sense, but if I did so, that would be putting Descartes before de horse. There you go. See, full circle.
So I understood most of that, but the last part I didn't get. So why is it? Because okay, so the phrasing is putting the cart before the horse means you're doing things backwards, right?
Yes, exactly. So the joke there, I suppose, is it's like a double pun because I'm saying Descartes, right?
Right.
Got that? And I'm saying that I would need to describe the philosophy before telling the joke. So I'm saying I would be putting Descartes before de horse
Oh, I see.
in the joke. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get you now.
You know, explaining the joke. Now it's dead. It's dead, Joey.
Couldn't have been dead if it was never alive.
Yeah. Well, I guess that would be beating a dead horse.
Oh, space in inventory. What? Hold on. Oh, I'm carrying logs.
So how's your tutorial going? Everything going okay?
Pretty okay. Just learning on the basics of brick building.
Okay. Now, one thing that you can do here if you wanted,
Mhm.
so you can left click to pick up like these things again if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And then what I would do is I would actually pick up this second layer, this layer that I'm gonna jump on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick these up, and then hit the F button as in Foxtrot.
Okay.
And you can only do this when you're having a hammer in your hand. There's an option for actual walls. Do you see that? It says walls.
Ah, I see it.
And then place those on top of these and see what that looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So it looks, and you get to place things. Also, one thing you can do, you should have a machete in your camp, and you can just chop down these like really annoying big old bushes and stuff.
There you go. Awesome.
There's also, so there's this block one, and then there's another one called floor. And I personally think the floor looks a little bit better than these blocks. But it's really up to personal taste. They both work and function similarly in making a home.
Okay. Let's see. That's weird. I'm pressing F again on my keyboard. It's not bringing anything up.
Do you have the stone hammer in your hand? You have to have the stone hammer in your hand.
Yep. So
Yeah,
hammer.
there you go. Now hit F.
Nothing. Listen.
Do you have any wood in your hand?
Oh,
Maybe
yep.
some
That's
hewn
yep.
logs?
That's it. I'm not carrying any
Yeah.
wood. So this will just work on its own. I don't need to babysit this this workstation.
That's right. If you're crafting something, it will just craft on its own. You don't need to be near it at all. So, are you crafting some hewn from your wood that you have?
Some more hue. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll just kind of go automatically. You can step away from any crafts. If you look in the top right, actually, you'll see what you have kind of crafting up to, I think it's like 5 things will appear in that queue.
I see.
I don't use that much, to be honest with you, but you can if it helps out with, like, figuring out where things are.
Let's see here. You mean dock platforms, right?
What was that?
You mean dock platforms for flooring, right? I don't see flooring. I see dock platforms, though. Oh, nope. That's wrong.
No, there's one that is just called floor.
Here we go.
It looks like that. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Yep, you nailed it.
Coming along pretty nicely. Oh, this is your wood?
Yeah, yeah. Yep. I'm building up a big old stockpile.
Yeah, save up for the winter.
Oh, look at that. I like that. Oh, you just ran off.
No, that's your tree. You've obviously marked
It's
it.
not my tree.
No, like, look.
You can have it.
See?
Oh, it prevents you?
It dulls the end of my blade.
Oh, no. You're trying to break my camp laws.
This is obviously some sort of international issue.
Or we're going to war over this specific tree.
I've seen people go to war for less.
Yeah, touche. Fair.
Okay, let's craft some more fuel logs. I don't even know heal.
Joey. Oh, no, come here.
What happened?
Come over toward my stockpile.
What happened?
Oh, no, come here. Look at this. It's a dead deer.
How do you know it's dead?
dead.
Could be pretending to be dead.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't. Oh, you can hit E on this deer if you want and pick it up. Now it's in your inventory.
I see. This is one of them
later-
portable deers.
That's right. It's not very heavy either.
Either that or it's really strong.
And later, if you become a butcher, you can turn it into tasties.
I see. I see.
You know, little meat steaks.
Have you ever had deer before?
I have, yeah.
How is deer?
It's gamey beef. That's basically what it tastes like. Gamey beef.
I kind of figured deer was the gamiest of all the meats.
I think boar is the gamiest of all the meat. Boar is like super gamey bacon or whatever piece you want to eat.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have tasted just like pork.
What, boar?
Yeah, boar.
Yeah, it's like gamey pork though. It's hard to explain, but it's just got like a. I don't even want to say complex because it's not really complex, but it's just a different taste. But it's pretty similar to pork.
I see.
Now here in Texas, I don't know if you know this. This is kind of crazy actually, but boar or wild pigs really is what it is. You're allowed to hunt them, and you can turn in their tails to like a local tax office, and it's like $2 a tail if you wanted to.
I see.
Because they cause millions of dollars of damage every year.
Okay, so it's kind of like bounty hunting then.
Yeah, you can bounty hunt pigs. You can like live out your cyberpunk dreams if you wanted to, but as a hunter of pigs.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to go to any bounty hunter's bar and be the guy that turns in my pig bounties. And he's like, yep, he's the pig hunter. You know him. Watch out for that guy.
You got to talk with a really gruff voice. Be like, it was a tough day today. Only ran into a family of 10. Pass me that double shot of milk, pronto.
Double shot of milk, yeah. Place. Oh, Jesus. Seems to be encumbered. My storage is full. Well, you know, you just start using my stomach as storage. Just start eating my stuff. What was I talking about before? Like, totally forgot. Just see what's on the old brain today. My Huel logs. My hammer. Start building. Oh, I got a question for you, Funky.
Oh, yeah.
So this thought came to me a little while ago. So would you rather be in a gunfight, or rather, I guess the best way to say it, would you rather have a sword in a gunfight or a pen in a sword fight?
Oh, well, the pen is mightier than the sword.
That's what they
right?
say. That's what they say, right? Same. That's my same thinking. Same.
Yeah,
line of thought there.
I feel like they're referring though to. Okay, you're the well actually nerd glasses sliding on the power of journalism with that statement, not its literal ability in combat. Right?
I mean, given I didn't say what pen or what sword.
Okay.
Right? Like, if we're talking ballpoint, you know, that's like not going to do a lot of damage, obviously, right? But if we're
a Bic.
Yeah, a Bic, or like maybe one of those like Japanese pens, you know, the ones that like last you a little while.
Yeah, with a giant feather, like a quill, and
you could shoot it like an arrow.
Oh, but then you don't have it anymore.
I mean, yeah, but you know, pens aren't meant to last forever.
Well, they tend to not last longer than 5 minutes nowadays.
Against a sword, at least.
Yeah, and paper.
Yeah, say it's katana, and you have a ballpoint, and the gun is an AR-15. It's 15, right? AR-15?
I mean, the AR-15 is going to shred you before you even get close with the katana.
Yeah, yeah, but like, you know...
so yeah, you probably have a better opportunity with the pin, even if we're talking purely physical activity. You're definitely going to have that better opportunity with the pin there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I would go with... I'd rather bring a pen to a sword fight. Because the thing about in a gunfight is you can't like run away from the bullets. They're gonna outrun you. But the sword guy, you could just outrun him. He can't chase you with the sword. It's gonna be too heavy.
Well, how long's your fight going to last? Is it like indefinite, or is there a timer?
It's just until someone gives up or someone perishes, one or the other.
Is giving up like running out of arena? Because I'd probably run out immediately, no matter what.
I mean, yeah, but
Or I would just say, "Hey, I'm giving up."
right. But you know, against the gun, you at least, or rather, against the sword, you at least have a better chance of running away. You know, should negotiations fail, as they oftentimes do.
Have you ever shot an AR-15?
No, I have not. I was afraid of getting the number wrong. I was like AR-15 or is it 16? It's one of those.
So I'm an okay shot. All right. Pistol shot, I'm all right. My wife is actually better, interestingly. AR-15, you can be a complete buffoon like me and be ridiculously accurate at like 30 feet.
I see.
They are insane. They are incredibly strong weapons.
I see. Thanks for keeping it in American units. Otherwise, I would have not know how far the distance is.
30. Gosh, I lost it. Centimeters.
How does that translate into Big Macs? Like, how many Big Macs is that in terms of effective range?
30 feet. Okay. Am I taking the Big Macs apart, like each constituent piece?
No. Each Big Mac is in its
up.
Each Big Mac is in its entirety.
Okay. So I would assume that it's probably 3 Big Macs per foot, 3 to 4.
Right.
So it'd be 3 times 30, so 90 or 120.
Okay.
Big Macs.
I think I have a good understanding of this weapon now.
Yeah. It's I feel like that's a huge waste of Big Macs, though, if you're lining them all up on the ground. It's a lot of food that's been wasted.
I mean, food is kind of a generous term, but yeah, I guess.
Okay, fair. There's a place, I think they're kind of a chain, so they definitely exist in Kansas too. There's a place here called Shortstop.
Okay.
And they're like McDonald's before McDonald's went terrible.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've ever had that. They're not, I mean, they're still not great, but it's like, it's okay.
Right.
It's all right. Where are you at?
Oh, I'm just stockpiling wood. Seems to be defying gravity.
Oh, I'm into the IRLs.
Oh, me, I'm on the East Coast. Too hungry to do that. Hold on. Start eating my food.
It would be pretty funny if you actually acted out in real life what you were doing in Eco. Just like walk outside and just try to one-hand a tree down in front of your neighbors.
Oh, I was thinking the opposite. My end goal here is to become a streamer in Eco.
But like do a real life stream.
Yeah. Well, like
while playing Eco.
Right, essentially. My tomatoes. Oh, you know what? I totally remembered what... I don't know why. I got like really bad memory, but I totally just remembered what I was talking about. I was talking about existentialism. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, do we exist? I mean, like, probably. Think therefore we am. Is this all a simulation? People say probably, but like, I mean, even if it is a simulation, it's not the worst simulation, I'd say.
I mean, if it's a simulation, I just wish that I had like a better UI, um, and also like a better avatar. Like, I wish I could like buff my avatar, but with knowing like statistics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want access to the core data that makes up the simulation,
I see.
so that I can min max myself. You know what I mean?
Right. But like for me, I'm more into not really into getting into the nitty gritty of the game, like looking into the game's code, which like it's already open source, so you know, you could take a look at that. But I'm more into it from like a gamer's perspective. I'm like, well, you know, if you look at it from a purely gamer's perspective, the way I see it is you really need to get out the whole pay to win mechanic, because that's just going to start snowballing. That's just going to lead to its own set of issues.
I mean, I feel like it's already pay to win.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, you're saying you want to remove the pay to win.
Yeah, remove the pay to win, remove the microtransactions, really any transactions.
I also want to talk to the person who's playing my simulation, because outside of who they married, they're just making mistakes left and right.
Well, the devs are extremely private about their lives. It's very hard to get in contact with them. You could try. Many people have. This whole prayer system going on.
I have a question for you.
Sure, let me hear it.
If you had the option, let's say 20, 30 years from now, you're going to pass away. It's just the way it is. However, you have the option of uploading your entire consciousness
onto a computer, right?
Computer, access to the internet, whatever. Yeah. Like you can actually just still be conscious, but in like code, if you will.
Sure, yeah.
Would you do it?
I mean, I'm already kind of conscious in code. That's kind of how the brain works. But I would say yes, but that kind of leads into some interesting dilemmas, right? Like, one, you're functionally immortal, right? Like, if you upload your consciousness onto a computer, you're functionally immortal.
Until someone turns you off.
But that's right.
You.
But that's kind of the thing, though, right? Like, is it like, does someone have the right to turn you off? Wouldn't you have, like, when you have the right to self-preservation, be able to fight for your right to preserve your own existence? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's an entire episode of Star Trek that's kind of based off this with Data. And have you seen? I don't know if you're a Trekkie at all. It's a really great episode, actually.
Yeah, I have not seen Star Trek. I assume Trekkies are Star Trek fans.
That is correct. Yeah.
I do know one thing about Star Trek, and that's their teleportation system. But that's about it.
So there's an episode, there's a character named Data in The Next Generation, and he has what's called a positronic brain.
Okay.
He's an android, so he's not human, but he is capable of sentient thought. Right. And he looks human just for the ease of dealing with something that looks human.
Yeah.
And there's an entire episode that's basically a court case where a group is trying to, it's not really like claim ownership, but they're trying to take him, if you will.
Yeah.
Because they want to experiment on the positronic brain. They actually want to make more, is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And the argument that's being made against doing that is, no, he doesn't want to go, and he's a living, breathing, well, he's not breathing, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe he fakes breathing, but he's a sentient creature, and he has decided he does not want to go, thus he should not go.
Right.
It's actually a fantastic episode. The problem with Star Trek, the TNG, is that the first season and even the second a bit, they're really rough. Oh boy, are they rough.
Rough as in like not very well made, or rough looking?
Yep. Yeah, no, not rough. I mean, it's 80s TV, so a little bit of rough looking, not terrible, but just not great plots.
Well, you can't hit them out of the park every single time.
Well, in this case, they didn't hit it out of the park for an entire season or two.
I see.
And it's the first season or two. So, It's very surprising that the show did not get canceled, actually.
Yeah, that first impression, I imagine, could leave a real sour taste in people's mouths if it doesn't live up to it. Because, like, honestly, I'll see a show almost in its entirety before I make a judgment on it. But that's mainly because I watch anime now, and anime is like only a season mostly. So I'll see the season and I'll be like, yeah, it was okay.
What's your favorite anime to watch?
Like ever?
Yeah. Sure.
Probably JoJo's, honestly speaking.
I think I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I need to actually go through and finish that.
Yeah. JoJo's was a very interesting time to watch anime because at the time I was looking for something that I didn't know existed. Like I'm a big fan of old animes, right? Like Gundam, Astro Boy,
Oh yeah.
all that stuff, right? So I was, I just finished rewatching the Fist of North Star remake, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. And then I was trying to find a new anime to watch, right? I couldn't find any. But then this guy posted online about this anime he's watched called JoJo's, and it's like, oh, he's like, it's pretty old, it's still in production, or rather, the story's still being written, and it's like, interesting, and it's inspired a bunch of other stuff before, and I'm like, okay, I've never heard of it, let me check it out. I started watching it, got a first couple seasons in, I liked Hamon and all that stuff, and I think I stopped watching partway through because I got really salty that they never brought Hamon back, but that was right before I reached gold, because I stopped watching. Now, since you only saw the first 2 seasons, you probably don't know, but I stopped watching right before Kira was introduced. And Kira is probably one of the most interesting villains I've seen. He's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. And after that, I've just been hooked with the show. It's just been a real wild roller coaster ride from beginning to end.
I should go back and actually finish it. It was probably halfway through season 2.
Now you say season 2, but the thing about JoJo is that they don't really do seasons. So what was like the last thing you remember?
So he kills Dio, but Dio's not dead, obviously, and then Dio gets resurrected through the mask or whatever.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that was like the last time I had seen anything on it.
Dio with the mask. That sounds like it's still season 1. Do you know?
Could be.
Do you know of something called a Cars?
Nope.
Okay, then that's yeah. You're probably still on season 1 then.
And I know later on they get like this ability to like summon their soul spirit or something like that.
Stand.
Basically, fight for them.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where it gets really good. The whole stand system. I really wish people would someone would have told me that stands are here to stay after Hamon. I would have been willing to accept that.
So I think my favorite is an older one that appeared on Toonami way back in the day. Well, Dragon Ball Z is my favorite probably of all time, just because I have so many memories wrapped around DBZ.
Yeah, nostalgia stuff.
And then Outlaw Star. If you've ever seen Outlaw Star, I freaking love that one.
Is that the one with the blue? Some guy in blue?
He's got red hair and he's got a star as a tattoo on him on his shoulder.
Star on his shoulder, you say?
Yeah, and his name is Gene Starwind.
You don't say. Okay.
You have a star on your shoulder?
No, it's just you don't know about this yet, but every single Joe star is marked by a star on their shoulder. Right, a star on their shoulder. It's like their birthmark. Keep going.
It could be some old throwback to that. Outlaw Star's pretty old. I mean, it was like a 90s anime. And it's just about a guy who wants to become what's called an outlaw.
Right.
Which is, there's like 3 powers of space. There's this police force, there are the pirates, and then there's the outlaws.
Yeah.
And they fight in space with grappler ships.
Right.
And he ends up finding a sentient ship. And he uses that sentient ship to essentially find this massive treasure called the Galactic Ley Line. It's a really weird anime, actually.
Right.
But it's really fun. I really like Tenchi. If you ever watched Tenchi back in the day, Tenchi Muyo.
Can't say I've seen Tenchi.
Yeah, Tenchi was another one on Toonami, and Tenchi was about this this young teen boy who met. It was like 6 or 7 different girls who all end up living with him.
Right.
And they all, in different ways, fall in love with him. Basically.
Okay, so it was a harem anime then.
It's kind of like, it's one of the first harem anime, yeah. It's interesting. Nowadays, I'd say Bleach and Naruto, probably two of my favorites. Bleach is just fantastic. I think it's really, really well done.
Oh, yep. I have not seen Bleach, but I'll take your word for it because a lot of people say it's really good.
Highly recommend. The entire Soul Society arc is just, it's incredible. It's really, really solid.
Honestly, I only know a lot of these like Shonen Jump animes through the fandoms telling it to me. I mean, I recently started, well, not recently, like a year ago, I started watching One Piece. And I saw one episode a day for the last year. So I'm up to like, what arc am I on? I'm up to, are you familiar, have you seen the One Piece before?
I have only seen like 2 episodes of One Piece.
Oh, okay.
Which, that's like what, 1/700th of it? Probably not even
One
that,
1,000th of the anime.
Yeah.
A little less than that, but pretty much.
Now, I hate to interrupt you here. I've noticed a slight problem with your home.
Yes, it doesn't. It does not have a reading room. I just noticed that as well.
Yes, that's definitely true. It's going to be difficult when it's raining right now. Actually, there's a bigger. So you're putting this wall up, and then you'll probably put like a roof or a ceiling or something, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, Joey, how are you going to get into your freaking home?
Oh, I'm just gonna be in it. I'm gonna build the house around me.
Oh, it just stay inside
Just
forever.
stay inside.
So one of the options you have on your crafter should be right underneath the logs. Actually, there's going to be one that's just a door, and you can place that when you get. I think you have to have some sort of a roof element.
Okay, so I see. But like, I could just pick these walls up anyway.
You probably don't want to break your house down every time just to enter it, but yeah, you could do that.
Wait, that breaks it down. I don't get it back in full. I thought I just,
No, what I mean is, well, if you have like a housing bonus and then just replaced it, you'd be breaking your home and be breaking your bonus briefly.
Okay, right.
But you could just make a nice little door, just you walk through it. You don't want to live like a clam.
Like a clam, like a hermit.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Well, with a hermit, like a hermit crab, that would mean you need to kill somebody and take their house over.
Right.
Or find a discarded house and take it over.
I don't see the door icon.
It's on your workbench.
Oh, let me check there.
It's called a hewn log door, right underneath hewn logs.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, let's get one of those.
Now, I'm a firm believer you can build your house however you want. So, you could do it the way you were doing it. That's fine.
It's just one of the many ways a person builds a house. It's not a house. It's more of a home.
That's right. You are the carpenter, right? Like, if you want to build a house with no doors, live your dreams.
The master of my own turkey.
You could even kill a turkey and like stuff its head on your wall.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to.
I was thinking of just taking the turkey's house, but that's also a pretty good idea.
Oh, I don't know if that'd be dude. Wait, do turkeys have homes or they roam? I don't even know.
I don't even need the wood as far as I see. I just kind of want the tree out of the way, just kind of in the way.
Oh, I haven't taught you about stockpiles yet, huh?
I mean, I'm just kind of, Jengaing my wood on top of itself right now. Oh, your stone axe broken. Gotta fix.
Yeah, so you'll need a tool bench for that. I don't think you have one yet.
Oh, I see.
You can use mine. I'm going to authorize you on it. I'll show you real quick what it means to auth somebody on something too. So give me 1 second. Okay, so this right here is the tool bench.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit your E button on there. There's a button at the top that says repair.
Got it.
You can double click or drag your item into there, hit the repair button. It's going to take 5 of my stone that I have. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I went
ahead and repaired it for you. There you go. And then you can double click it back in and it'll just go right back into your inventory. No problem.
Nice.
Okay, so authorization. Your home. You can basically set your home in your deed in your stuff. You can accept other individuals and allow them to manipulate them if you want to. I can prohibit people, and I can also allow them.
Yeah, that I already set. That was part of the tutorial.
Oh, sweet. So anytime you need to repair, you can just head on over there. The other thing you should do, just real quick, what does the tutorial want you to do? Just build one little room?
Build one house.
So in your little tent, you should see an item, might be in your inventory already, called a claim tool. Do you see that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, pull that out. And then put it into your hand. It's going to be like yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's like a map of the whole world. What's cool is I can look over your shoulder and see the map of the whole world behind your shoulder.
Oh, wow. In real time.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if it's correct, though. Let me look. Let me compare. Yeah, nope. That's real. Yeah. Just two bros looking at maps together. Okay, so now that you have this, you can see, yeah, you did it already. That's great. You can basically see what in your particular land right now will allow up to 16 plots that you can place down, which is quite a bit.
Wow.
You'll notice mine over here. So like this will be like the homestead of Funky Lord Wedge. And if you tried to claim it, it's going to be like, you can't do that. This property's owned already.
Oh, I see. Usually I get a declare war option, but I guess that's not in the game.
Yeah, in this case, you can't quite declare war. Not yet. Soon. So yeah, you can claim up to 16. I've done that already for mine because I like to have like a pretty sizable location for my home.
Mm-hmm.
So, pull out that little tool and then you'll write your notes down.
Oh, man.
And you'll probably want to claim this back part here where your house is already kind of, see how it's like,
oh, I see.
Half of it's not in there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect. What'll happen is that if that's not claimed, a random person could run up and literally just hammer your wood away and take it away from you.
I see.
They can steal your stuff.
Makes sense.
So this is a way of protecting your stuff.
Right. So does every piece I claim have to be connected to the last piece?
It does.
It does.
Yes.
Okay. So because
per plot. Now here's the thing that's kind of neat about the game. So if you walk over to your tent, you'll see there's like this pole called a claim stake right here. And this claim stake is what's dictating your property and your land. And later you can build other claim stakes depending on if you get certificates and things like that,
right.
or if you just find one of the so there's options for you to do more things if you want.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm just kind of waiting for people to do kind of like border wars. They close off people from accessing the ocean, the beaches, and just make really obnoxious borders. Okay, I should probably get myself some stone. Do not have any stone. Let's see. Plant group, biome, that's not it. Moisture, nutrient. Probably world. I need rock. Where's the rocks? I'm sure the game will tell me once I get to that point. Where's my door? Where put my door? Okay, let's put some Huel logs in order. Down. I swear I made a door. Let's see where it went. Oh, here's a rock. No, this is trash. Okay, let's take some more fuel logs. Is that all I got? I need more. Get to work. Let's move this up. It's kind of weird. I can't reach the top. Maybe I'm too short. I gotta pixel it. Go up. No, no. Take it, take it. There we go. Now my trusty carpenter's hammer.
You doing okay over there?
Yep, just making my fuel logs. Okay, now I got the wood. Let's just start making more fuels. Really gotta get into a zen right now. Don't let the building be in control of you. Be in control of the building. Oh god, so much foliage everywhere. Get the heels out of storage and put them up on my walls. No, that's wrong. God damn it. Let's see here. Dun-dun. Ah, this is blinding. I want this to get out of the way. Okay, now I have the door. Where it went last time. Okay. Tate? Oh, it has to be here? I can't. Hold on. Okay, sure. Put it there. I need a second one. Okay. Space. I'm always fighting for space. And Huel is done. Okay. Okay, I see I've been misusing my storage correctly. This needs to be only for things I'm using. Otherwise I'm gonna eat it all up.
So one thing that will help out a lot is making a stockpile with some of that wood that you've got there.
Right.
And it looks like this. It basically it's a 5x5 grid that you can place on the ground, and it stores just a freaking heck ton more wood than just putting it down on the ground one by one.
Okay, let me see. Stockpile. Oh, I got one right here.
Yeah.
A 1 minute worker. Well, we'll just let that eat up some time. Got me double guessing now. Huh. Where'd it go? I collected my door. Where'd it go now? Couple inventories. If I collect something and my inventory's full, where's it go?
Yeah, so one of the other things that you can craft is called a storage chest. You'll want to create one of those and put it within your claim, and then you can start dropping some of those other items off. So you might have like tree bark and plant fibers and food and stuff like that. You can dump all of that into a storage chest, and it will allow you to put more stuff in, and they take up less space than a stockpile. So the stockpile, you want to stockpile things like rocks and wood and ores and just all these different things.
Right. Yeah. So if I made a door and my inventory's full, right? Where does it go after I've collected it?
If you collected it, it should be in your backpack. Did you hit the B button?
Oh, wait, let me check that. Oh, it is. That's where the other door went.
Yeah. So you have like a B button that can open up your actual backpack. It might be back in there.
Ah, cedar logs in the way. Where's the cedar logs? Okay, time to do some cleanup. Seems I've been taken for granted the space that I've been allotted. Not enough room? Let me see. What else have I been ruminating on? Well, sometimes I hear people say stuff like, oh, does altruism exist? I don't know. Well, I think it does, at least. Whether or not my opinion really changes if it exists or not, that's left to be determined. But the way I see it, just move these logs over.
Yeah, you're kind of getting into some Randian philosophy there.
I'm not familiar with Randian. Who's this Randy guy?
That's Ayn Rand. She wrote Atlas Shrugged, and did you ever play BioShock?
No, I have not.
So BioShock is it's actually a spiritual successor, if you will, to my favorite game of all time, which is System Shock.
Mm-hmm.
System Shock 2.
Right.
And the game is essentially trying to be a critique on objectivist philosophy, which is what Ayn Rand created. Which it covers the idea of like or ideas, if you will, of there is no altruism. But when that statement is said, altruism is defined in a very specific way, where it's like you could say, well, I do good things for like pleasure.
Sure.
Right. I do good things for pleasure. But because you're getting pleasure, that's still not altruistic. You're still gaining something from it, and that's kind of part of the premise behind it.
That I kind of get. But the thing about it is that there's such a large spectrum of what you can gain. And also, like, that kind of goes into, like, consequentialism, which I kind of have my own issues with consequentialism, personally speaking. But, other than trying to tear into consequentialism, I mean, like, so that's kind of like saying, well, there's no true altruism, right? Everything's just sort of some level of selfishness, right? Because you get something out of it, I guess. But I don't think that actually dismisses the fact that true altruism can exist. I think there are scenarios where you do something, don't get anything out of it, just because it's the right thing. regardless of whether you feel good about it or whatnot. In fact, okay, maybe it's just, personal speak, but like I feel like I've been in scenarios where I've done the right thing, even if it didn't feel right afterwards. But that's just sort of, me speaking about like stories and
Like playing video games with me to make me feel better. Yeah.
not really, because video games are kind of like a neutral thing. Well, all in a void outside of everything else. Video games are fairly neutral.
So, one of the things with the Randian idea of there's no true altruism, which is where that kind of comes from, is that the term altruism gets equivocated, and it doesn't quite mean the same thing in the philosophy. It's a little bit different than what the normal definition of what altruism means, basically.
Sure.
And so that's where I think folks. And by the way, I'm not making a defense for Ayn Rand here, but I'm more like, I think folks get confused as to what that definition, I guess, implies, if you will,
Right.
because it's an equivocation. It's a different definition of altruism than when most people say an altruistic deed. But basically, the rational person, right?
Right.
Has just, there's no instance in which you're doing something purely from the standpoint of somebody else. There's always some mechanism in which you're providing something for somebody, I guess you could say, but it still benefits you.
Sure. Right.
It's like it goes beyond just helping other people, though. It's like a doctrine where you're placing the needs of somebody else over your own self-interest.
Right. Well,
and that self-sacrifice just doesn't really exist. Now, I don't know.
Right, like that's just I suppose I'm not too familiar with Randiism, but I suppose that is the Randian philosophy then, right?
That's part of it. Objectivism is it's got a lot more to it than that. That's just like with Kant. Kant had maxims that was kind of like,
that's like the basis of
deontology. In which you should live your life purely and always, and like you should always follow a maxim to its core. And not in like one of the things with that is that if you have a maxim and you are following that maxim, it is worse to break that maxim than it is to not break that maxim, even if doing that maxim to its full potential could result in the harm of somebody else. It's really weird stuff.
Right. I usually hear the argument that it's just, unconventional, or rather someone brings up that damn thief again into Kantian's house every goddamn day. They got Kantian, Kant, tell me where you're hiding all the innocent folk, and you better not lie to me. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. I think that's just a trivialization of Kantian philosophy. But it's funny though. It's funny to imagine someone breaks into Kantian's house and demands to know where he's hiding all the innocent people.
Yeah, a lot of those things, like the objective nature of a philosophy that somebody writes, a lot of those things can end up getting turned on their head very quickly if you're trying to get somebody in a gotcha, right? Like,
yeah, but like, again, honestly, I feel like it's far and in between. I feel like, people that go that kind of route either don't truly understand it, or there's some kind of other motive. But I'm not here to like make straw men out of people. I'm sure they have their own defense for
well, you'd kill them if you try.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like making straw men, or like, trying to like make an enemy that might not exist, or like, trivialize their argument or whatever. But yeah, I mean, like, animals have altruism kind of like us. It's not exactly like ours, but animals are altruistic, and then you say, well, they just do altruism for survival, or it's just animal instinct or something like that. But that feels fairly neutral, animal instincts and animal survival, as opposed to like human altruism that comes from a place of I don't want to say higher thinking, but a place of capacity. Like if you're familiar with like medical capacity, right?
Yeah, sentience even.
Yeah,
which,
sentience.
I mean, there are some animals that have displayed signs of sentience, but
yeah, but that's kind of a tricky scenario. Like, I'm not gonna go around eating dolphins or nothing, right? They're like probably the closest we can get to animal sentience. But like, if I had to pick an animal with sentience, I don't know, probably dolphins. Not that, you know, I'd go out eating dolphins or nothing, but yeah.
Maybe octopi too.
Octopus, really? I mean, they're pretty smart.
They are ridiculously smart.
Yeah, yeah.
They show usage of tools like, you know, they last another million years and we don't destroy the planet. You could see octopus people walking around. Well, probably not walking around up here, but
like they're pretty impressive. But octopus live only for like, they don't live very long, right?
that's true. But who's to say there couldn't be a sentient race that only lives for a very short period of time, but proliferates very quickly?
Right, right. The thing
That's the thing about aliens is that they just might not operate the same way we do on the same lifespan at all.
yeah, for me, aliens is not so much like, okay, like, you know, if I had to ask, like, do you think aliens exist? Do you think that there are aliens among us? Among us?
Among Us, I don't think so.
Among Us, no.
Do they exist? I think it would be almost impossible for them to not. But that's just going off. You know, the chances of interaction between us and any sort of species is probably very small.
Sure, right.
And by that I mean like ridiculously, really crazily, ridiculously small.
Right. Yeah.
Because like life has very specific requirements, filters.
I see. Yes, yes. You're a proponent of the great filter theory. Then I see.
I don't know if I'm a proponent, but I do. You know, it's definitely something to think about.
Something to think about. Okay.
There are many different filter types, and we have beaten some of those ourselves.
Right. Assuming it's not a simulation, but let's not get into.
Assuming it's not. Yeah. Assuming I'm not playing eco.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's right. But yeah, so there's two schools of thought that I see go go opposite of each other when it comes to that. One is the Great Filter, and the other is that we just have not explored enough. Is there a name for that theory? Like we just have not explored enough of the world?
I don't know if that's like a specific theory of
aliens, a line of thought.
I'd have to think about it. There's probably something that fits that with a better name. I mean, there's ideas and thoughts that like Dark Forest. You know Dark Forest theory?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so the premise is this: meeting another alien race on a galactic level inherently implies a couple things. They're probably technologically more advanced than us.
Most likely.
And in being so, they probably have discovered technologies that can evaporate the planet. And in being that as well, you do not want to probably interact with aliens because the chances of them
being friendly,
possibly being able to destroy your planet, being friendly, and just like how evolution has worked for us from our perspective is based off of, you know, domination of a planet, right?
Sure.
Like humans have dominated the planet, if you will. And we would assume, at least, if they were like us, they might try to do the same thing.
Right.
Now, that's where you get like Avatar. They didn't in Avatar, right? But whatever.
Right.
The point is, if you can meet an alien race at that level and they have higher technology, one of the craziest things about like that is that there are multiple weapons and methods in which you can destroy a planet.
Right.
Without it's not going to be a space battle, right? Like Star Wars and
right.
stuff. That's not going to happen.
Exterminatus.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. The Emperor's going to call down the Marines.
Right.
Or rather, you know, gene seed the planet or bomb the planet.
Right. Virus bomb, something
life.
like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Where's my roof? But yeah, the way I see it, and I've said this a couple times before, like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if either theory turned out to be correct, because honestly, there's so little information out there. Like, you know, if we're talking how much of the universe we've explored, even with telescopes, right, it's like, what, like a drop in the bucket, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
infinitesimally small.
Right.
Like, indescribably small.
Yeah, so if you told me there are aliens out there, some gazillion light years away, sure, yeah, I'd believe it. Especially if you consider any kind of life to be alien life, like bacteria. Like if you told me, oh, there's bacteria on Mars, that's alien life, I'd be like, yeah, I guess, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we're talking like humanoid stuff, we're talking about things with sentience and capacity, technology, all that stuff. Then like, yeah, sure, they might be out there. Maybe, maybe not. But if you look at Great Filter, which is, you know, I talked about this in my debut, but this is equally as scary a thought. The fact that the Great Filter means we are the only sentient race in the whole universe, right? And what makes that an equally scary thought is the fact that we are the sole observers of the universe, right? Like, there's never going to be...
Oh, yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, there's not going to be another human race or another sort of race of species to observe the universe should humans ever go extinct. I mean, like, you know, we got our fingers on the button, but like, you know, if humans ever go extinct, who else is going to observe the universe, right? Well, you know, maybe something else shows up on Earth. No, not happening. Here's the reason, right? The universe is about 15 billion years old, approximately, right? It's like 14.5 billion, but let's say we round up to like 15 billion, right? 15 billion years old. And how many years are left in this universe until like the last atom disintegrates? Only about 5 billion. So we're like 75% through this whole universe playthrough, and we just got humanity like a couple thousand years ago, right? So we don't have another 15 billion years to give humanity another chance to observe the universe.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So if you believe in the Great Filter, which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, I can go either way. Like, until aliens are proven to exist, or we've explored enough of the universe to say, yeah, they definitely don't exist, then it's one or the other. And either both scenarios are equally scary, whether there are aliens or there are not aliens.
I think they're both scary. Yes.
Yeah.
They're both terrifying to think about, right?
Yeah, but you know, we still exist as far as we know. We still have a chance to unmuck it up and observe the universe in a nice, peaceful manner, hopefully.
Joey, give me 1 second. I got to do something just real quick. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. I just
All right.
just like
Be right back.
ruminating.
Well, that's fine.
Where's my axe? Here we go. Some fuel. It's not complete. Oh, okay. I got stuff. But this isn't complete. There's still holes in it. House panel unlocked. Hold on. Let me finish this house real quick. Gotta patch up this last hole. Get some Flex Seal. Patch it up. There's a hole there. Not from an info. What do you mean? Whatever. It's probably because I'm holding this. I really gotta build staircases now. Let's see. Well, house done. Retrieve stone machete from tent and selected. Storage. Credit. Storage. Crafting. It's not in my... Oh, here it is. No. Maybe I have to build it. Where's my stone machete? It's credits, authorization. None of this is it. This is all wrong. Let's see here. Masonry, stockpile, store, storage, credits, authorization for sale status. I don't see machete. Unless I already have it. Stone, yeah. It's already in my inventory. They did not predict that. Okay, so I'll just put it back and just take it out, and that should complete the... That should be like I did it, right?
Okay, I am back.
Oh, I've been bugged. Okay.
How's your house coming?
It looks like it's complete. I just can't seem to retrieve the stone. I'll just close it because I already took the stone machete and it didn't know I did. Target a rock. Hold left mouse button. Okay. Target rock. My rock. I haven't seen Dwayne Johnson anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, rocks are a little bit difficult to find. We unfortunately have only kind of cruddy rocks near us.
Let's see.
And what I mean by that is that they take a while to destroy.
Right.
They take 3 hits. There's in the desert, there's better stone called sandstone. And the sandstone will let you, like, it's just one tap to break a rock down.
Mm-hmm.
But northwest of me, kind of near where Das Kut is over there, there's a big old vein of basalt, basically, that you can start working down. That's the stone that I've got. So if you go kind of north of where you're at now,
Start mining.
you'll see it over there, and you should be able to start hitting it. Just make sure it's not on his property, otherwise it's going to give you an error.
That's cool. Okay. Now this reminds me of Deep Rock Galactic.
Mining.
Mining, yep. Need some bugs. Where are all the bugs? Well, I encountered some bugs already, so there you go.
Yeah, just little crickets, though. Yeah.
No,
Nothing
no.
is gonna
I was
suck your
I
brain.
was
out.
thinking more in-game bugs. Perfect. Stones. Open up the specialization menu. Choose profession, specialties. And experience over time.
Yeah, so now it's time for you to pick a job, basically.
Discover new specialties. Okay. Specialties are grouped into professions. Inspect a profession by mousing over its specialties. Carpenter, chef, question mark, farmer, hunter, mason, and survivalist. What's the least picked profession?
They're all going to be picked fairly well.
Okay, okay.
I would
I
say.
see.
It's more a matter of like what's going to be fun for you. Like what's fun to play, and are you going to try to maybe generate money early, or do you want to, there's like, be a service industry type person. That's like campfire cooking. You can basically cook up food that's better than what we're eating now.
Right.
And we'll make it so that we're kind of longer lasting, if you will.
I see. Well, this is the closest to Deep Rock Galactic, so I guess it would be Mason. No.
Yeah, so with a Mason, you can go into mining first if you'd like, but with Mason, I don't so that's okay. There's the general headings if you look, right? And it says like Mason, and then masonry itself requires researching. You'll have to research the talent for or the profession.
Okay. Advanced masonry,
And
glass, pottery. I see.
Yeah. And so you only get stars. You only get a couple of stars basically starting out, or in this case on this server you get one. So you'll have 1 star that you can use. And then you have to get experience to level up into your next profession.
Okay.
All right. So you get experience by doing a whole bunch of things. Usually eating food. You also want to build your house up. You can have multiple rooms in your house and get a house bonus, basically.
Mhm.
So there's lots of little things that you can do basically to get that XP. Eating better foods gives you better experience. So that's why people love campfire cooks.
Right.
Because early game you want to meet a cook basically who could just sit down and make your food and make it all good.
Yeah, yeah. Cooking experience. I get you. Okay, let's see here. Mouse over text to view how to build or find research table. Okay. So for this text. Research table. Craftsable at workbench. Well, let's make that workbench. Have you played any Soulsborne games?
Oh yeah, I love them all.
What's your
Played-
favorite Soulsborne game?
I'm gonna have to go with Demon Souls because it was the first one, and I loved it back when it came out, and just I love the difficulty. I love everything about it. It was just so much fun, and I have a lot of memories of playing that with my friends
Mm-hmm.
back in college, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Went back and played it when it was remade here on the PlayStation 5 and 4, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so easy compared to everything else that's been out.
I see, yeah.
Elden Ring is incredible, right? Like it is just amazing game.
I like Elden Ring, yeah.
Dark Souls was fantastic. I love Dark Souls. I didn't actually play 2 and 3 that much. I did play a little bit of 2. I got frustrated. There's a mechanic in 2. You probably know this one where like it's an anti-farming one where after a while
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah.
killing something, it never spawns again. And I'm like, oh, come on. That was one of the best parts, was having a Souls rotation, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
My brother wants me to play Sekiro. I haven't ever played Sekiro.
Okay. Plant fibers.
So what profession are you thinking? You thinking miner?
Yeah, probably minor. Let me bring up my specialties again. Oh, wait, no, I gotta eat. So, does this game allow you to starve to death? Or is it just like, oh, you're starving, you can't do anything?
There's no starving to death. What'll happen is if you're on land and you have no food, you lose all of your experience bonus from food, and you'll move very slow.
I see.
Basically, just crippling you, and you're not able to do any sort of objectives or jobs or anything. And then if you're in the ocean, though, this is a new thing. It just came out a couple weeks ago. If you're in the ocean and you run out of food, it will spawn you on the beach. You basically tire out. You don't really drown, but you tire out, and you show up back on the beach.
Any particular reason? Was there like some sort of exploit of going on the water?
No, they wanted to make it more difficult to get to other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And to make it maybe not difficult, more interesting.
Sure, yeah.
And so now they actually came out with a new profession called shipbuilding.
Okay.
And you can build ships to actually traverse the ocean and go where you might want to go. So
I gotcha.
Just kind of a more interesting thing, if you will.
Seems that nature has won this time. You shovel to move dirt. Okay. Start digging.
Used to be that you could build bridges just like from wood or roads or whatever, and take those and just kind of walk over to the other countries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's deep ocean, it's just any biome that goes down a certain area to where that's like deeper in water, if you will, you can no longer build there. It just prohibits you completely.
I see. The more I fight the nature, the more it wants to fight me back. Well, we'll just let it live like that. That's fine. Let's see what I got. I swear it gave me a bunch of cool furniture. I just didn't pay attention. What's here? Stockpile. Yeah, let's put a stockpile somewhere. Why'd I have 2 stockpiles? Oh, my tool bench is ready. Okay, clay land. I need the clay land just to be able to see like where all my land is, right? Tool bench. Rotate. Yeah, that's fine. Way got extra doors and foods. Plant to grow mushrooms. Okay, that's just spores. Okay, now that the tutorial's done, what do now? Research table. I guess that's pretty important. Plant fibers. Plant fibers. Those plants right here. Don't give me fibers.
Yeah, so you can craft yourself another tool with a tool bench called the stone sickle. And that sickle will grant you the ability to chop down grass and also other plants and get plant fibers.
I
from
see.
it.
Let's add one of those. No, I finished already. Okay. Ah, yes. I become the Reaper of Souls. Okay, where is Mr. Research? Da-da-da. Oh, I need more rocks. Okay. Going rock hunting. So this meteor, it's in 30 RIL days then, I suppose.
That is correct, yeah. Do you see it yet?
Let me take a look. I'm not sure if I can see it in the sun. Not yet. It's not the sun, right? Sun's not going to crash down on me.
No, the sun is not a meteor.
It's more of a star, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, what it is. Maybe.
Perhaps. Assuming we're not in a simulation.
Yeah, in that case, it's probably just a big light bulb.
Mm-hmm. It could still be a star. We just don't know.
It could also still be a light bulb, even if it's not a simulation.
The strangest thing is you can just add on, unless it's a simulation at the end of any sentence. Unless it's a simulation.
I'm gonna have to try that with the SO. We'll see how that works.
See if it's ever inappropriate. See if it's ever not appropriate.
If it's a simulation, I don't have to really do the dishes, right? Like,
well, like, that's kind of like, but then, like, you wouldn't really be role playing very well.
oh, you're saying I'm metagaming then?
Yeah, you're kind of metagaming there for a bit. Kind of min-maxing. There's this one tree, just doesn't want to go anywhere. Maybe I gotta F5 this one. Yeah, I gotta F5 it. I noticed in first person mode you could get a bit better accuracy.
Yes.
This tree has been bugging me for the last 1,000 years. I only got rid of it.
Like was it ringing your doorbell and like asking if you wanted to buy some insurance sort of stuff?
More like extend my insurance instead of buying one I already have. Oh, so everything is okay except for fats. Fats seem to be kind of hard to get. Is it like a meat thing?
Meats and oils later. So like ground up things made into oil
Oils.
will become a fat. Yeah. So, you know, like butter is an oil, technically. Butter is a fat.
Mm-hmm.
Flaxseed oil. You can just drink those. Yummy. And then lots of the foods will give protein and fat. Some more than others. There's bacon, which is like a super fat bomb.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's tuck this away. What do I got here? My research table. Cedar trees, raw fish, storage. Oh yeah, let's put the storage chest down somewhere. Feels so short when I'm in first person mode.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, yeah. Also, everybody's the same height.
If everyone's the same height, then nobody's short.
That's true. There's no concept of shortness.
Well, other than like the animals. You can like pick on the animals, I guess.
That's pretty rude, though.
Picking on the animals just for their height. I mean, like, you know, that's what makes the predators and the prey. That's what makes the birds of prey. Because they're just taller than the small one.
Turtle, you idiot, you short idiot.
He's just too short to fight the birds back. Crushed granite. No, I don't want to place it. I want to mine some more. So if you were the devs, what would you add to the game?
To this game?
This one here, yeah.
I would add a whole bunch more housing. Specifically, just I would add hundreds upon thousands of assets that people could mix and match and put into their house.
So more house stuff, like furniture?
Yeah, so there is furniture and things like that. You actually can have up to 4 rooms that give you experience. You get experience from your house later, and that helps you level up. But I feel like they don't have enough decorative materials, and I think they should just really kind of like triple down on the simulation aspect of the game. Let me, like, if I wanted to be a witch in the woods, let me be a witch in the woods.
Okay.
You know? Let me have a cauldron and skulls and, you know, rattling bones, dungeon paraphernalia if I wanted that, cyberpunky stuff, neon signs, just all this different stuff that they should be adding. Toys, video games, televisions. I think that the more you can get this to where like you can just decorate a home and it doesn't look like anybody other person's home, the more exciting this game would be to build in, and that people would really double down. Right now, the houses end up just being mostly used as a generic, okay, I'm trying to get my XP, you know,
Right.
I want to get my experience up faster.
Right.
So they'll just kind of shove in the bare minimum for the most part.
Right.
You know, just more decorations everywhere.
I see. So more form over function.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
I see. I see.
Yep. On the functional side, I'd have to think about it. Right now, I've just been excited about how this works. Maybe, well, there's a couple things actually. There's a very functional item that I would love that they haven't put in.
Mhm.
You can basically charge rent on items and tools that you have,
Right.
which is kind of neat. Like you could set up a business that's just using your wheelbarrows
Mhm.
or something
Right.
if you wanted to, and people would rent them out. You can do it on a per hour basis or like a charge basis or whatever.
Right.
You can't put a charge that I have seen on a door though. And I think that'd be really neat to make it so that a person can't walk through a door unless they paid a certain amount of money.
So like a museum.
Less. Yes, exactly. In my case, I wanted to make like a comedy club,
Mhm.
and people would pay $2, and then you'd have some role play inside the comedy club. You know?
Right. So now I don't know everything this game has to offer. So what I'm talking about might already exist in some capacity or something like that. But it sounds like what you're asking for is essentially some sort of culture mechanic into the game.
It does exist. It just came in.
Oh, that's nice then.
But-
There you go.
But the culture is more like a civilization form of culture.
Now by civilization, do you mean
Where
the
it's
game
about-
civilization or do you mean like
Yeah, did you ever play like Civ
Yeah,
6?
me I play Civ 5. I don't play Civ 6.
Okay, same concept with the culture war. You can build a town, which I'm actually working on building right now, and with that town, you can do a bunch of things with it. You can kick people out. You can pass laws.
Yeah.
You can tax individuals. Just a whole bunch of freaking stuff that you can do. And the towns can war with each other on culture. So you can, like if you're a town of all your friends, you can basically build a town and then work on the culture of that town to build it out and further and whatever.
Right.
And then eventually annex other towns. You can actually annex other people.
Sure. I'd probably add a crouch mechanic.
I don't think there's any crouching that I know of, at
Yeah,
least.
because I'm trying to reach this little crevice here, but my legs seem to lack the appropriate function to reach that area.
Yeah, you haven't done your squats in a long time, so it hurts your legs too much that you can't bend that way.
Yeah, apparently my femur is attached directly to my hip, and also to my what's the name of that bone that connects the foot to the femur?
The hip bone.
No. That connects the foot to the femur.
Oh, the skull.
Oh, yep, that's the one. You got it.
Thank you. I'm glad to help.
I don't know why they took away my medical license for that. I totally got it right.
How dare they? Why would they?
Any more voice lines for Timber? You only got one Timber voice line.
You'll have multiple. Yeah.
So I assume in the end game, when you stop the meteor, is you make like some sort of device of some kind.
Lasers. Literally lasers.
Ah, lasers. Is that the only end game? Just the lasers? Can you get like death robots?
No death robots.
Can you make it off planet and survive by going to another planet? Like you build the spaceship?
No space. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome if you could instead
Do like a new
devote
game
time-
plus, you know?
Yeah.
You just
Instead, devote time to like learning how to build a colony ship.
Yeah, and then just like leave, and then the meteor hits, and you basically just do a new game plus. You go to a brand new planet, but like
The new
with
game
stuff.
plus is you wake up from cryo.
Wake up from cryo. That's true. Oh, what's happening? Hold on. Oh, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Deus. How was your game? Just playing some Eco right now. I don't carry more logs. Gotta put this away. There you go. Plenty of space now. Make a campfire. Any particular reason to have a campfire?
Yeah, you want to make charred vegetables instead of making or eating raw vegetables, basically.
Oh, I've just been eating my
It'll
vegetables
give you
raw.
a little bit more experience from eating the charred ones. They're just a little bit better for you, basically.
How's the night been? Night's been pretty good so far, pretty calm. I'm curious, Deus, as to what game you played. I'm not familiar with the game that you played. Chop. Minecraft mod. Yep. Minecraft mod. No, it's kind of like its own thing. You got to stop a meteor from destroying the planet in about a month. Cassette beast, Pokemon-like. I see. Pokemon-like as in, like, you catch cassettes, you train cassettes, you make cassettes battle kind of thing. Let's probably work on leveling up. We're getting food, like starving. Fight ranger captain instead of gym leaders. I'm gonna have to check it out because I'm looking for other kind of Pokemon-esque games. Oh, appreciate the follow. Thank you. Where'd my campfire? Oh, here it is. Perfect. Now I just gotta get some more food. If I can kill him with this. Oh no, it's immune to spearing. It's an unspearable one. Music good. Mechanics good. Is it like an 8-bit game? Well, actually, personally, I don't really care too much about graphics. You know, if graphics is good, if graphics is bad. Not too big of an issue. Let me cook this. For sale. Credit storage. Power fuel crafting. I just want to cook it. Oh, where's my fish? I got fish somewhere around here. Let's just order some food. Missing heat of the palm. Okay, well, not gonna make that then. Charred fish. Yeah, just char the fish. Halted. Containing tables. Campfires disabled. Oh, enable it then. Just invalid, cannot be turned on. Seems as though my campfire is not functioning. Gotta give it the old cleaning. Build a giant spike to pierce it. That's an option. That should be an option at least. I was thinking we just leave on a giant spaceship. Apparently it's like a laser thing. Power, modules, crafting. Turned off. Out of fuel. Oh, it needs fuel. I'll just grab some wood. Turn on. It has invalid status. What the fuck are you talking? Okay. Modules, power, no fuel. Burnable fuel. Items and tag. Birch log. Got cedar logs. Yeah, put the cedar log in. There we go. Giant baseball glove. You know, also summoning like Saitama is like a great person. Maybe he gets born. He just punches the meteor out of the way. Maybe even Godzilla. You know, Godzilla. Ah, yes. Fish. This is definitely fish cooking. Perfect. Where'd it go? Let me check my inventory. Store. Oh, here it is. Put that back. Eat it a fish. Oh, this didn't come with vegetables. Or a fork. Okay, let's get some more of that. Charred beans. Oh, missing the beans. I just have the charred. Let's see here. So cooking costs calories, huh? Interesting. I wonder if you ever cook something that is less calories than the amount of calories used to make it. Ain't that something? You don't know what's that? Lettuce. Eating lettuce is not worth the calories you get from it. You actually waste...
It's also disgusting.
You know,
like, lettuce is objectively gross.
so, like, I think, like, a head of lettuce gives you, like, 5 calories eating the whole thing. But it takes way more calories just chewing it than you get back from it. It's actually like a negative food.
Oh, do you think that you could, like, get a 6-pack just eating lettuce?
I mean, assuming you survive, you'll definitely be in something, you know? You just pull up your stomach and you just see the head of lettuce in there.
You eventually, if all you eat is lettuce, you could get a 6-pack from the workout and the lack of complete nutrients.
The workout on your jaw, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, your muscles will still show. You still have muscles there.
True.
Yeah.
Abdominals. Honestly, it'd be probably more nutritious to eat a side of cedar wood or something. So, is there a way to mess up this world, like, permanently? Like, what's the earliest way you can, like, completely just, like, ruin the world?
Oh, yeah. Well, so a little bit later, you can do it pretty easily, actually.
Just, like, chop down all the trees and burn all of the seeds?
That's one thing. Every tree acts as an air filter to an extent.
Really? There's an air filter mechanic. That's interesting.
Uh-huh. Yes, there is air filtering. It's very interesting and strange. And then there's also polluting and tailings and all sorts of vile things that get created as runoff from when you start mining.
I do remember you mentioning pollution. Yes, I remember that.
Yes. Yeah, so you can basically tailings affect the nearby land, so it affects farmers and things like that.
Drill in the core and plant a
You
nuke.
can bury them underground to kind of help reduce
In the
that.
comet, you mean?
And then there's
Not that I know
also
of.
like cloud pollutants, you know, like steam engines and some of these other things, blast furnaces, and they basically they have a sky pollution, like an air pollution, and a water pollution.
Okay.
The carbon emissions will get too high, and then if you're not careful, you'll reach a point where the waters will rise, and it will start to screw up the ecology, which is part of the eco.
Right.
You know, grass dies, trees will start, you know, not being able to be grown in certain locations because it's water now, which means you have less carbon filtering, and so it basically can get to this point where you have a snowball effect of carbon emissions.
I see. But that sounds like it won't happen until, like, you know, we get into, like, industrialization and stuff like that.
That's right. So there's basically 3 parts of the game. There's this era, which is kind of, I guess you could call it the basic era,
Sure.
if you will.
Yeah.
There's an advanced era, which is when you get to things like some mechanization. There's a machinist job. There's some heavy smelting and things like that. And then after that, there is the modern era, where you have like full-on electronic power, industry, massive machines, factories, things like that.
Right.
Right. And you have to be careful as you progress through to not ruin everything.
Makes sense.
And that is the harder thing to do, is not kill the world.
Right.
But the great thing about the game is that there are servers out there that exist where stopping the meteor isn't necessarily the goal.
Right.
The game is kind of like unique in that way, where you could play it really however you wanted.
Capitalism. Let's
So,
go.
If you want to try to be like a monopolist, you could do that. If you wanted to try to be a pollutant, but there's a guy actually who's in my chat from time to time named Evil Man 626, and in Eco he plays an evil man, believe it or not.
Right. Very appropriate.
And he'll run around and basically do whatever he can to destroy the planet. So yeah.
Let's see here. What is my weapon of choice? If I'm killing bugs, soil sampler. Yeah, screw the environment. Who's like, don't let the meteor take the planet from you. Take it yourself. Should really be looking into how to level up. Let's take a look at my specialties. Masonry. Masonry level unlearned. Specialty has been discovered. You have to learn it. Buy it at Marsupial Masonry for 5 small Marsupial credits. Cynical Cyanides for 5 cynical credits. Masonry scroll. Self-taught 1 star. Experience 35. Discovered first. Huh. Hitting rocks with a pickaxe can be surprisingly difficult. Levels up by breaking rocks. I mean, yeah, I figured. Okay, well, let's just do that for a bit. Let's show these rocks whose business. So, is there death in this game? Is it possible to die?
No death.
No death, other than meteor.
The meteor doesn't even kill, actually. I think what it does is it just destroys everything that you've worked on, basically.
Oh, I see. And then just have to start over. So, I'm just digging straight down. Is it possible to just get trapped digging straight down?
You can. You could build a pit that you can't get out of.
And,
so
yeah, and then just run out of food and then just live there from now on.
Exactly. Well, you can do a slash unstuck actually and get out.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah, but you want to be careful about that, just because you don't want to get stuck down there. It can be more annoying than anything.
I see.
There are methods of building mines though, going down. There's like strip mines you can do. You could also do ramp mines. That's kind of my favorite, is like you build a ramp down, because later, actually pretty soon, you get access to things like carts that you can start pushing around and dragging around.
Yeah, to get as much material as possible.
Exactly, to get more materials. Then you get cars and trucks and blah 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 blah.
I find interesting the philosophy of this game, given everything you've told me so far. There's no death. There's just not even the meteor. It's just loss of progress.
You want to know something interesting?
Sure.
The devs created this game with the intent that it would be actually used by teachers to teach people about things like politics, economics, and ecology.
Sure.
And I think they even have programs that they'll work with schools to do those sorts of things. So it's interesting. For me, I think it scratches 2 major itches of gameplay. A slight creative element of building and crafting that I enjoy, and then a really strong RP element where you can do all these different things.
Sure.
You kind of have to be careful of that on certain servers. Like you can make people mad if you RP in weird ways. Like there are some servers where everybody is like die hard. We want to stop the meteor. That's what we're working toward.
Let them do their thing.
Yeah, and you know that's fine. Like you'll find out pretty quickly if that's the case, and then just move on and go find another server.
Sure.
There's others that are just pure roleplay, and those are really fun.
Right.
Where it's no longer about like. There's some that actually enforce even metagaming rules where you don't know a person's name until you ask them their name. You know?
Sure.
Like it's straight up actual conversations with them and stuff. It's pretty fun.
I see. Yeah. For me, I see this interestingly from a very strange artistic. Well, not strange. It's actually something I'm quite familiar with. That being performance art, and the important thing about performance art is the act of it being a live temporary performance that doesn't really emulate well on being recreated. So, are you familiar with busker statues?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I remember I saw a busker statue when I was in the city. I was in New York once, right? I was in Times Square and they were like everywhere, right? Well, actually, there were like a couple of them.
These are the individuals who are basically acting
Statues.
like statues.
Right, acting like statues, right?
Yes.
And it's quite an interesting philosophy. Now, I don't know too much about, busker statue like culture, if maybe there's like something I'm getting wrong here, but from what I understood, I don't think people are doing this to like get famous. I don't think people are like, oh, I'm doing this because I want to be famous, like all those other busker statues that I can't name, right? But there's something about the live performance of a busker statue. Like, there's a huge difference between like seeing a busker statue in like a video of like a person doing a busker statue and actually like, seeing it live,
Yeah.
But that also means that the art itself gets its value, one, from it being a temporary thing that one must experience firsthand, and two, oh wait, I'm hungry. Been thinking too much. It's eating all my calories. But two, wait, I totally forgot what one was. I said something about like, oh yeah, it gets its artistic value from it being a sort of temporary experience, right? That can only be experienced in the moment. It's right, like you don't get the same artistic value just watching a video of a busker statue. You got to be like in it, right? Got to be seeing it live.
Yeah. That the experience of seeing something, it's like fireworks.
Yeah.
Right. Like I've never understood why people videotape fireworks. The busker statue is a similar event.
Essentially,
the experiencing of that thing is more unique. The live entry of it more compelling.
Right. Let me just eat the raw fish. I'll just do this sushi style. Delish. I'll just scarf it down. Wow. This is actually kind of interesting how you can just like scarf down food if you don't want to like role play eating the food nicely. Okay, let's start cooking this now. But yeah, like I get that same kind of vibe from this game, I know there's this thing that Tibetan monks will do where they, in order to teach the art of sort of letting things go, letting things happen in the moment, and not letting, things be your master, but rather be the master of the things around you, they'll do this thing where they will make a very, very intricate painting out of sand, right? That could take them weeks, maybe even months to complete. And this is like a beautiful piece of art. Multiple different, Tibetan monk artists would work on it.
Yeah, I've seen these. They're awesome.
And
then they destroy it.
Yeah,
right?
and then they just wipe it all away. It's gone like that, And yeah, you do get the sort of, the sort of mental, the mental training of it all. But the artistic value of having that sort of temporary, that sort of, what's the word? Not temporariness. That's not a word. The, in the momentness, the ethereal nature of it, I guess, would be close to what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Is it ephemeral?
Ephemeral. Yep. There we go. I know I said yeah. The ephemeral nature of it really adds to the artistic value of it. But I get that kind of vibe from this game in that you don't really die like a traditional game. You sort of lose progress. So really the value from this game is the path you take to get there, with the conclusion being irrelevant. Because what's the real difference between losing this game and beating the game? Being, beating the meteor, of course.
Yeah, so it's definitely a journey over destination.
Yeah, essentially.
Right. The meteor is honestly kind of just in the back of your mind for the most part. It doesn't really do anything. It's not overly threatening. It's not calling you mean or rude names, asking you to, perform any hard labor
for
outside
now.
of trying to stop it, of course. It's not, it's not giving any sort of threat beyond the existential threat that the world will be destroyed in 30 days.
Yeah.
And if you lose, then you lose. It's basically a Boolean. You either win or you lose in terms of the meteor. Now, there are eco servers that play with no meteor at all.
Yeah, just building,
And-
building, building. Yeah.
Yes, and because the compelling gameplay, that journey, is in interacting with other players, and your mechanism for doing that. And that can be any number of things. You can interact with them on that roleplay level. It can be silly, it can be serious, it could be a communal nature, like we're going to work together on actually stopping
Sure,
this thing. That could be a thing. You can be, man, we've had servers where people just full on try to dominate. And we'll corner markets and buy up things.
Sure,
and
that's
stop other people.
fun. That sounds fun.
It is, yeah. It's definitely a thing, right? Like, and that's fine. Like the role play part of it is, it's like D&D. You can play an evil character in D&D.
Yeah,
That's fun.
like
it's actually really fun.
yeah, like I've done that in like Civilization, where I'm the only source of gold, and I just steal everyone else's gold, so that way they don't get any. And then I would start embargoing all of their luxury goods, so that way they don't get any happiness. But like, that's just an interesting way to play the game. I want to make a server or be in a server where the point of the game is see how high you could possibly be. Like the highest point you could be standing in the game in terms of verticality.
Well, you can do that now.
Yeah, just like
You can actually jump and place stuff underneath you, so you'd be able to see it. I will say, if you fall off, it's going to be very, very frustrating.
yeah, but like the point of the server is whoever is standing at the highest point at a time is winning, or they're succeeding in the game. So just build skyscraper, build a giant, like, I don't know, keep placing boxes underneath you, do something, and you're playing the game. My fishies are done. Perfect. Okay, it's probably looking at a more sustainable food source here. I need a weapon of some kind. Like arrows? Not very dwarf-like, but what I'll go with. Wait, can I catch fish with arrows? No, I need fishing poles for that. Oh, yeah, let's make one of these. 5 minutes. Okay, we'll let them cook. We'll let them cook for a bit. Okay, I should probably be mining to increase my mining efficiency. Let's see here. 1 star. I'm not level up. 600 level up points. Jeez. This must be a huge level up. I've reached the maximum amount of rocks I can hold. I have to put them back now. Okay, back to mining again. Back to the old mines. Oh, I stacked those rocks high.
You got to build yourself some stockpiles, man.
Am I like already starting to run out of space?
Yeah, you got a
Let
stockpile.
me see. I think I have another stockpile here. I just need the
I see. You
yeah.
might not be out of space. I'm sorry.
I just need the like I have another stockpile built. I just need the real estate. I could place it here maybe. I'll just place it here. If anyone needs the extra stockpile, they just take. Shop. There you go. This would be like the communal stockpile if anyone wants. It's outside my territory, so I just leave it there. This is like the take a penny, leave a penny stockpile.
Oh yeah, is it one that's not in your land, so people can just take from it?
Yeah, it's just like a little bit out, but you know that's fine. That's fine.
Most people are just going to take your pennies and not leave any.
That'll happen. That'll happen. But it is the people that leave the penny that like truly are the role players of the game. I'll put a little sign outside that says "Take a penny, leave a penny."
Oh yeah, no, that would be great. You should do that. Put a sign that says that.
Now I don't know anything about sign mechanics, so I'll just look into my building, see if I can find anything. Because I'm assuming there's signs. It just seems like pretty basic RPG stuff. Just finish mining this. Me, I like games that have a bit of time for catharsis, a bit of time to, you know, ruminate on it, because I'm not always like bombarded with objectives and stuff and min-max and. Sometimes I just want to pile my rocks up really high. Let's see here. Fishing pole done. 40 more seconds. Let's see here. Contract board. Fuel log. State claim. A state claim lets me claim more stake. Research table. Tool bench. What is it I'm looking for? It's not crafting. Let's try this thing. You know what? I don't see any signs anywhere. Is that a thing I can make?
You can if you are, I believe it's a logger and a carpenter. So I'll be able to make you one here soon.
Oh, okay, okay, nice, okay.
So
I didn't see
I'm
it
putting something up first. I'm going to put up a city block so that we can get a town going and start working on a town together.
I see. Be working on my best caveman impression. I'll be a caveman impressionist. Stockpile. Got cow. Oh, here's my fishing rod. So can I just fish anywhere, or just go right into the ocean, start fishing?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't messed around with fishing a lot, to be honest.
Because those salmon were pretty nice. Can't wait to get some more salmon.
Oh, yeah, you gotta cook that up for us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Got it. Yep. Got a wriggler. Wriggle them in. Oh, this plays like Yakuza. This plays like the Yakuza's fishing mechanics.
Is it a good one or a bad fishing game?
It's okay. It's fairly adequate. I caught a trout. Oh man, they gotta have fishing servers. Whoever just catching the biggest fish. Best fishing spots. You know, you gotta stake your claim for the best fishing spots. Nope, up. Get her done. I like the level of engrossment you can put into certain minutiae of this game. Oh, there's a fishy right there. Get him.
Yeah, you need to go run around and talk to people. Have you figured out how to talk in game yet?
No idea. Is it K? Is there like a push to talk?
It's T as in tango.
Hello? You coming in?
Here, let me run up to you.
Hello there. What are you fishing?
Hello? Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Testing. Hello?
I think you're not. Try doing a slash unstuck after you catch that fish.
Oh yeah, hold on, yeah.
Wait, what the heck? You're not fishing in. What happened down here?
I think it's stuck. The fish got stuck with my line.
I think your line is stuck. It's in the ground.
Oh no. I'm gonna need to unstuck it. Okay. Well, I just caught the salmon with my hand. Hey, this is a salmon.
Oh, well, that works.
Let's catch him with my hands. Hello, hello? Testing, testing.
Do slash unstuck. I'll do the same
Okay,
thing.
let's try that.
You have to hit, sorry, type enter, then slash, backslash. Oh,
Got
there you
it.
go. Testing. Okay.
Hello, testing. Can you hear me?
No, not yet.
Maybe it's a different-
Look in the options. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through. It's different key binding. Sprint.
Yeah, go look in your options.
Interact.
Maybe you need to set up like what
Third person.
your voice is.
It says T, push to talk.
Okay.
Uh,
That was quite a bear move there, my
Testing.
friend. Just grabbing the salmon from the stream,
yeah, just like a bear,
just like a bear.
Actually, speaking of what bears do, is there like toilet mechanics? Is there like waste mechanics?
There's not poop mechanics. if
No
that's what
poop
you-
mechanics? Oh, darn.
Yeah, there should be. I mean, I would love that actually.
You can see, maybe I could bind this.
You can make a latrine and a toilet later and stuff, and a sink. I think all that stuff would be awesome. They should make like bacterial and sickness and things like that.
Right, right. I was just thinking of like toilet technology,
There's definitely toilet technology.
Like-
Yep.
How do you pronounce it? Bidet, bidoo,
Bidet.
bidet, bidet technology. Let's make it a slash. Let's see if slash works.
There.
Oh wait, no,
are
slash is
no-
enter.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see King. in
Hello,
there. Try
hello.
again.
Testing, testing.
What,
Hello?
you press something else that worked.
Hello? Hello, testing.
No,
Testing? Do I need to hold it? Testing, testing.
you do have to hold it. Yeah. Sorry,
Hello?
hold it.
Okay, so now I'm coming through, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see, I see. See, the thing about holding down T is that it forbids me from using my S and D buttons on my keyboard.
Yes, it does make the WASD hard. Yeah.
I prefer full radio movement.
See, look, you can practice. See this? Practice.
Probably bind it to one of my mouse buttons, actually. Like, I really min-max this. Now we're talking. Let's change push to talk to, like, mouse 4. Hello, hello? There we go. Now I get my full WASD movement. How's my mic sound, by the way? Am I coming through?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, let's cook the fishies.
So go grab. What I would recommend is go grab some charred food, put it in your inventory, just a little bit, like 10 maybe.
Charred food?
And then, yeah, like cook it in your campfire. You don't have a campfire yet.
I do. I got a campfire right here.
Where's the campfire? Oh, it's right in front of me. I'm blind.
It's cooking.
Yeah.
There he goes.
So, cook up a whole bunch of it, put it in your pockets, like put some squishy charred tomatoes in your pockets. And then just go meet people, walk up to them and go talk to them. It's pretty fun.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
If they can't hear you, they might say that in chat. They'll be like, I can't hear you. They need to do an unstuck and you need to do an unstuck.
I see, I
For
see.
whatever reason, if you're further away from people, the chat server kind of drops. So.
I mean, that makes sense. It has,
Sorry, I'll talk through here because it's probably annoying to get double talk. Oh, no, I'm not duplicate talking, am I? 'Cause
No,
I'm
no,
pushing
you're
on
good, you're good.
Discord.
was I duplicate talking? Definitely not.
You were, but don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. I got a little button for you.
Hearing duplicate Joey, that's just a pleasure. I mean, that's something everybody should look forward to.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, honestly. Unfortunately, I'm
In
the
real
only.
life?
Yeah, I'm the only person on Earth who can't do that. Unfortunately, what a shame. All right, it's cooking. Oh, what happened? You ran out of fuel? Let's see here. Power. You got fuel. Oh, I'm out of fish. Here you go. Here's another fish. Oh, another day. Another $1. Ah, yes. The king of the rock. Of all these
I have a
rocks.
question.
What's your question?
Can I borrow some of your rocks?
Sure, you can have some rocks. Can you take it straight from here, or do I need to move it over to the,
I can just grab it from you if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. King of the rock. Wow. It's almost been 3 hours.
It's okay.
Okay, I should probably start wrapping up, because I got work in the morning.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
But yeah, this has been pretty fun. This is a very unique experience to play with. Like I saw you playing it for a bit, but I didn't really understand it. But now I think I get the gist of it.
Yeah, so next week we'll be playing on the Choco Taco server. It starts up on Monday, so the server wipes and is fresh. So everybody will be starting out just like this, new, kind of like doing their own thing. For here, you can jump into here anytime. Like, you know, you could play on the server, that's fine.
Yep.
And then using that filter mechanism, you can find other servers that are new.
Yeah.
And I always recommend starting on a fresh wipe because everybody else is at the same level as you.
Of course.
They're not going to be like, you know, super rich and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah. Sounds good. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So I can think of a few people that this game they could definitely sink their teeth into. I know one of my siblings is super big onto like, you know, the sort of resource management thing. But for me, I'm gonna have to call it a night here. But yeah, thanks for having me, showing me the ropes. This game's been pretty fun.
Absolutely, no problem. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay. Well, take care then.
Yeah, you too, Joey. Hey, thanks for the collab and just meeting up today. It was super fun.
Yeah, totally. We definitely got to do this more often. This has been our first collab.
I concur.
I feel like I've known you for a long time, but this is the first time we've actually ever played anything. But anyway, gotta go. Take care.
All right, take care. See ya.
Bye bye.